Shirley MacLaine, born April 24, 1934, lit up terms of endearment, yet her pursuit of love and spirituality often ended in heartbreak. At 91, her $50 million fortune feels light against the weight of decades past. Richard Dreyfuss, born October 29, 1947, sword in jaws, but addiction and bipolar disorder derailed his path. At 77, worth $5 million, he struggles to find peace in the stillness fame left behind. Bruce Willis, born March 19, 1955, became an icon as John McClane in Die Hard, a hero battling terrorists and later his own fading memory. Diagnosed with frontotemporal dementia, he retreated from Hollywood's glare. At 70, with a net worth of $250 million, his world grew quiet, a star dimmed too soon. Matt Dillon, born February 18, 1964, lit up screens in Drugstore Cowboy, but struggled to recapture his early magic. Failed relationships and artistic misfires haunted him. At 61, he carries his regrets like shadows, worth $40 million yet searching for peace. Michael J. Fox, born June 9, 1961, charmed the world in Back to the Future, only to fight Parkinson's disease from 1991. His smile hid decades of pain and trembling hands. Now 64, his $65 million fortune pales against a life marked by courage and loss. Charlie Sheen, born September 3, 1965, soared in 2.5 Men but spiraled into addiction, scandals, and an HIV diagnosis. Fame became a cage. At 59, with a net worth of $10 million, he stands as a cautionary tale of brilliance undone. Dolph Lundgren, born November 3, 1957, crushed as Ivan Drago in Rocky IV, yet behind the strength lay decades of failed marriages and cancer battles. At 67, worth $18 million, he faces mortality with the quiet of a wounded warrior. Mark Wahlberg, born June 5, 1971, rose from violence and jail to Boogie Nights fame. Haunted by his past and constant guilt, success never erased his inner war. At 54, his $400 million fortune feels heavy in restless hands. Kiefer Sutherland, born December 21, 1966, was Jack Bauer in 24, saving the world on screen while sabotaging his own life with arrests and heartbreak. At 58, worth $100 million, he wears his scars like old medals. Tom Cruise, born July 3, 1962, became Hollywood's eternal action hero in Mission Impossible, yet behind the smile lies fractured marriages and Scientology shadows. At 63, his $600 million empire feels like a gilded fortress of loneliness. Johnny Depp, born June 9, 1963, enchanted in Pirates of the Caribbean, then fell to lawsuits, addiction, and public humiliation. At 62, his $150 million fortune stands beside a heart heavy with betrayal. Ryan O'Neal, born April 20, 1941, died December 8, 2023, was the golden boy in Love Story. Cancer and heartbreak claimed him at 82. His net worth of $20 million outlived him, but regrets seemed to linger longer than fame. Sam Elliott, born August 9, 1944, became the voice of rugged masculinity in Tombstone, yet personal loss and Hollywood's indifference left him isolated. At 80, worth $20 million, he is a lone cowboy off-screen too. Jeff Bridges, born December 4, 1949, embodied the dude in The Big Lebowski, but cancer and near death transformed his carefree aura. At 75, worth $100 million, he walks with quiet gratitude and lingering fear. Roger Moore, born October 14, 1927, died May 23, 2017, was the suave James Bond of the 70s. Prostate cancer claimed him at 89, leaving behind $110 million and a legacy lined with charm and private heartbreak. James Caan, born March 26, 1940, died July 6, 2022, roared in The Godfather but struggled with depression and cocaine. At 82, his $20 million wealth couldn't buy him time or peace. Anthony Hopkins, born December 31, 1937, chilled us in Silence of the Lambs, yet alcoholism and inner turmoil once ruled his life. At 87, worth $160 million, he now paints to escape memories that still haunt. Omar Sharif, born April 10, 1932, died July 10, 2015, bewitched the world in Lawrence of Arabia, but gambling drained him of millions and purpose. Alzheimer's took him at 83, leaving a fragile $2 million legacy. Scott Speedman, born September 1, 1975, charmed in Underworld, but career missteps and lost loves eclipsed his rise. At 49, worth $3 million, he drifts between fame and obscurity, still chasing redemption. Richard Dean Anderson, born January 23, 1950, became an icon as MacGyver, the man who could escape anything except his own demons. Behind the charm, failed relationships and health struggles consumed him. Now 75, his fortune stands near $30 million, but shadows ling. Sam Elliott, born August 9, 1944, his deep voice defined cowboys, yet off-screen grief over lost loves and fading health haunted him. At 80, his net worth nears $20 million, but regrets weigh heavier than gold. Lindsay Wagner, born June 22, 1949, she soared as the Bionic Woman but fell into heartbreak and illness. Now 76, with $15 million, she faces aging with quiet resilience and lingering pain. Erin Gray, born January 7, 1950, she dazzled in Buck Rogers, yet betrayal and financial ruin scarred her journey. At 75, her $5 million fortune feels fragile under memories of loss. Bo Derek, born November 20, 1956, an icon of beauty in 10, but tragedy struck as love and fame slipped away. At 68, with $40 million, she lives surrounded by ghosts of a gilded past. Lee Majors, born April 23, 1939, the $6 million man couldn't repair a heart shattered by divorce and decline. At 86, his $15 million legacy feels like ash in his hands. Anthony Michael Hall, born April 14, 1968, the 80s golden boy burned out in addiction's fire. At 57, with $4 million, sobriety brought clarity but not redemption. Nick Nolte, born February 8, 1941, his rugged face told stories of brilliance and destruction. At 84, $75 million remains, yet his soul still trembles from the wreckage. Harrison Ford, born July 13, 1942, Indiana Jones embodied adventure, but crashes and loss grounded him. At 83, $300 million comforts a man still haunted by mortality. George Clooney, born May 6, 1961, his charm masked lonely nights and career missteps. At 64, with $500 million, even a mall's love can't erase past scars. Chris Pine, born August 26, 1980, Star Trek fame came fast, but heartbreak and anxiety stalked him. At 44, his $35 million sits heavy on an uneasy heart. Alec Baldwin, born April 3, 1958, adored then vilified, one fatal shooting changed everything. At 67, $70 million can't quiet public rage or private guilt. Johnny Depp, born June 9, 1963, he ruled Hollywood as a pirate but sank into lawsuits and scandal. At 62, with $150 million, redemption feels out of reach. Pierce Brosnan, born May 16, 1953, James Bond carried suave cool, yet losing his wife broke him. At 72, his $200 million fortune can't mend that void.